Welcome back to my channel. This time around, I decided to create a video on how to help you have a great interview, even if it's on a phone interview, how to get you to the next step. In the last 3 months, as you know, many companies have been laying off a lot of employees. And of course, right now it's the employer's market. So for one job, there's over 100 applications. Just to say, I had a job opening that I received 700 applications just for one job. So you can get an idea how is the market out there. So I'm going to share with you 5 things that you should avoid when having a phone interview. The phone interview is the first thing that you need to impress the recruiter. This is the time where either the recruiter is going to say thank you for the interview, but no thank you, or you will be moving on to the following phase of the interview, which is an in-person interview. So the first thing is talking too much on the interview. So if the recruiter asks you a question as to, for example, why did you leave the job? I've had many people trying to make up stories or trying to justify the reason they're no longer there. Just give a concise answer. If you were laid off, just say, I was laid off because the company was not doing well financially. You don't have to go around as to, well, other departments were not doing well, other departments or other people. The recruiter does not want to hear that. Just give a concise answer as to the reason why you were let go or as to the reason why you quit. If you quit the job because the company was not a fit for you, that's a great answer. Next thing is when you talk negative about your prior employers, managers, you should never do that. That's a red flag for a company. When I interview people and they go off on, my manager was not great, he picked on me all the time. And that might be true, but you don't want to bring this to your new employer. So you can just say, we had a little bit of a difference on, how I wanted to move towards a company, and I decided to quit the job because of that. You never say the company was not great for me because, they didn't give me pay increases, whatever reason is, but you never talk negative about your prior employers or managers. That's something that you keep to yourself and always be positive giving those answers. The next one is lack of preparation. So I've seen people or I've interviewed people, even on the phone. The first thing that you need to do when you apply for a job and they invite you for a phone interview, go ahead and just check the company, go onto the website and see what they do, what type of company they are, what kind of culture they have. So when the recruiter calls you and say, hey, so and so, do you know what we do as a company? You should be ready and say, yes, I heard this, or I read. You need to show that you were ready and that you're excited about the job. So that's number 3. Number 4 is not asking any questions about the job or the company. So my advice to you, once the interview has, is almost to the end, that's when the recruiter is going to say, well, do you have any questions for me? And this is where you can have at least 1 or 2 questions. You can ask about, what is it that this, in the next 30 days, what will be the goals for this position? Something related to the job. If you're not too sure what to ask, just Google some questions. There's a lot of tools on the internet that can help you, but at least have 1 to 2 questions so at least the recruiter can see that you were ready for this interview. And the last one is compensation. Asking the first question that you will ask is, how much am I going to get paid? What are the vacation hours? How many hours do I get? How many sick hours I get? Which is not that bad. That's great that you want to know that, but not on the phone interview. That you leave those questions for the time that they invite you for the in-person interview. The phone interview, it's always a 5 to 10 minute interview. This is just to get to know you and see if you will be a good fit for the company. So make sure you reserve those questions. Once you get invited to the in-person interview, then you can make those questions. So just recapping everything that I talked about. One thing that you should not do is talk too much about, about what you were let go or going over explanation. Just be concise with your answers and move forward to the next question. Lack of preparation, make sure you do investigate the company, do a little bit of findings as to what the company currently does so you can be prepared and they will know that you were ready for that interview. Number three, do not talk negative about your prior employers or managers. Those comments, just keep it to yourself and just be positive with those answers. Number four, not asking any questions. So make sure you're always prepared. Have 1 to 2 questions ready to provide to the recruiter. And number five, asking for compensation. So those are the things, like I said, compensation, vacation time, benefits, just leave that for the time when you are invited to the second phase of the interview. So those are the 5 advices that I can give you. If you want to know a little bit more about recruiting or as to other topic that you might be interested, please put it in the comments and I'll be happy to make a video. Thank you so much for your attention. Bye-bye.